Hey guys, welcome to the Fast Lane Now. My name is Tommy and you join us out here in Miami, Florida, sunny Miami, Florida, thank goodness, with the brand new Hyundai Venue. And I wanted to give you guys a quick behind the scenes to show you how these programs work and your first look at the new car. So, all the venues here are lined up and the journalists have hopped inside of them and now we're starting to hit the road. But basically how this works is there's a couple of each color and then all the journalists run out at the same time to get the bright colors. And luckily I'm a quick runner, so we got a red one. But basically, the Hyundai Venue is Hyundai's new itty bitty little crossover. So it's their small urban car for millennials. What was the word they used, Matt? It was like millennial entrepreneurs, I think is what they described their target audience for the new Venue. But we're gonna show you a quick walk around in this video, go over some of the cool features before we get to the full top 10 video coming up tomorrow here on the Fast Lane Now. So what is the Venue? Well, it's a vehicle built to compete with cars like the Toyota CHR, Honda HR-V, and is front wheel drive only. So even though it looks like a small crossover, it's actually only front wheel drive, which is a little bit of a bummer. But Hyundai says that only 50% of SUVs they sell are all-wheel drive and that they can overcome a lot of those traction challenges with a trick traction control system. I'm not so sure if that's true. We're gonna actually test it out in the video tomorrow on a set of rollers, but front wheel drive only in the Venue. Now, let's talk about some of the cool stuff on this car. Well, first of all, you'll notice these headlights. This looks like something straight off of the Jeep Cherokee, and I'm talking about the Refresh KL because we've got the lower headlight here and then the upper turn signal beam there. This split headlight design was first made popular by, drum roll please, the Pontiac Aztek. But boy, have we come a long way since that beast, because this car, I think, looks positively brilliant. And I'm not sure if there's one here right now, but there's actually a really cool two-tone look called the Denim Edition, where you can get the lower part here in like a dark blue, and then the upper in white, which is a pretty snazzy look. Matt, why don't you hop around that other side, and we'll take a look at the interior here. This interior is also a really cool two-tone. So it's a cloth interior in this model here, but you'll see black and then this gray on the insert, which gives it a much more airy look than you typically have on a more affordable vehicle with an all-black interior. Now, this is a 2020 Venue SEL. This one has an MSRP of $23,280. And Matt, if you want to hop in, we'll turn on the AC here because it is officially toasty. All right, now for $23,000, you actually get quite a lot of car, which is nice to see. First of all, standard 8-inch infotainment screen on the Venue. So all Venues will have this nice big screen with standard CarPlay and Android Auto. Pretty easy to use, I think you'll find. It's got the swipe feature here. Of course, this model has Sirius XM. And look at this pretty trick little navigation system where you can actually see the buildings here in downtown Miami. That's pretty cool to see. Down here also automatic climate control in this model. I like this one big screen here. So this looks like a dial, but it's actually just for the climate control. So you can see it's set to 73. I can lower it here to 69, 72. All very easy to use. Now there are two transmissions available. A CVT or IVT as they call it, intelligent variable transmission, or a 6-speed manual. How cool is that? You can actually get a manual transmission in the Venue. But standard steering wheel controls here, two nice big gauges there in the center, super easy to read, super easy to use, and just a very easy car to kind of work your way around. I mean, it's a vehicle meant for millennial urbanites, but that isn't to say it's too complex, too full of technology. Stuff like this, for example. I mean, look at that. A real volume knob is a fantastic thing to have on any new car. And even, look at that, a knob that can be used to tune the radio. What a concept in 2019 that we'd be excited about a tune knob. But down here in the center, we've got a couple different drive modes ranging from normal to sport to snow. I don't know if you can see that at all. And in this SEL, we even have heated seats. So for $23,000, as you'd expect in a Hyundai nowadays, you get so much value for your money, which is really great to see. Let's take a look at the engine, because there's only one engine option. All right, so here it is. Drum roll, please. It's a naturally aspirated 1.6 liter with 121 horsepower. And there's not a lot else to say otherwise. It does have 2 fuel injectors per cylinder, which is a little bit unusual. That's supposed to stop the fuel from lining the cylinder walls, supposed to make the engine more efficient, burn a little bit cleaner. We'll see what it's like on the road. I actually haven't driven this car. We're just out here at the hotel staging area. But so far, I love the looks. Pretty impressed with the interior. Let's take a look at the rear seat room. So I wouldn't say there's a copious amount of rear seat room. I'm about 6'1". This is my driving position, and you can see my knees are pretty stuffed into the back. But if I were to scoot this seat up a little bit, I'd have a lot of room, especially for my head, because the nice thing about having these nice square boxy designs is you got a lot of headroom, which is never a bad thing. Let's take a look at the trunk. In the rear here, it's all pretty standard, small tail lights with an electronic trunk pop, but even with both of our camera bags, we have plenty of room to spare. We could fit a lot more gear back here, a lot more luggage, and still have enough space to have friends along. So I think it's a very usable size. Underneath this rear, you'll find a torsion beam suspension, so kind of a basic suspension design. I'll be curious to see how that actually performs on the road. But all in all, I think it's a good value. It looks good. The interior seems to be pretty nice. Now you have to come back here to TFL Now, where we're going to have our full review coming up soon, because I'll be curious to see what this car is like on the road and how it actually performs compared to its competition. Well, as always, this has been Tommy with your first look at the 2020 Hyundai Venue. Head over to tflcar.com for the latest and greatest in all new car reviews.